On this video, I'm gonna give you the 3 ways to prevent appointment cancellations if you're in solar sales. Hey, welcome back to joining me again to another solar video on the channel. My name's Ivan, and on this one, like I said, I'm gonna lay out the 3 truth bombs and ways you can actually prevent, the dreaded appointment cancellations, okay? You know that most often than not, people will be inconsiderate of your time. They won't let you know that they're not gonna be able to make it to the appointment. Some people, can be considerate, and give you a call or let you know in advance that for whatever reason, the appointment cannot take place, but that's not the case. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I know there's a lot of you out there who are still doing in-home consultations, which there's nothing bad about it. Again, if you know me and if you follow the content of the channel, you probably know that I'm very big on phone sales and selling over the phone. However, for those of you out there that are still in the home and are having multiple cancellations, on the weekly basis, depending on the amount of appointments that you have, I'm gonna give you 3 ways, again, that you could surely prevent that from happening. All right, let me get my handy dandy marker here. So the first thing you could really do to make sure you prevent appointment cancellations is to make sure that when on the initial call, whether that's you or you have an appointment setter that is setting that appointment for you, doesn't matter. You need to make sure that you make it about them, and it's not just about hearing a pitch, okay? So it's very important that they know they're gonna receive something valuable there, right? I'm gonna give you some examples on how you do that, but first let's write it down on the board. It's something big, okay? And most importantly, it needs to be about them, right? So if it's not about them, and if you just tell them, hey, I want to show you how you can go solar, no, okay? It needs to be something about them. Usually you could say something along the lines of, you could say, we're going to show you a strategic energy, or we're going to do a strategic energy audit where we're going to actually see exactly how much you can save. Because look, sometimes going solar doesn't make the most sense for all homeowners. So I want to make sure that I provide you with the best information, and so you can make the best informative decision for yourself. And so when you say things like that, obviously you could think of your own. That's something that I could think of on the spot. But if you think of something that would make it bigger than it actually is, you would make them enticed to actually, show up to that appointment. They would have something to look forward to. And the truth is that the moment they find out it's just gonna be a solar pitch, then they lose all interest, right? Unless they're extremely interested and they really like who they talk to, and they're just a friendly person, okay? But you wanna make sure that you have that part of the equation taken care of, because if the homeowner is not interested to hear more, on the next stage of the process, which is the appointment, they most likely will cancel. Even though they might sound very interested on the very initial, call, but the fact of the matter is that could actually cause a lot of cancellations, because they won't let you, but that's just how most people operate, okay? They won't let you know right on the spot. They'd rather, beat around the bush and tell you that, okay, I'll be there, whatever, right? And then next thing you know, again, they don't show up, okay? So number 1, make it about them and give them something to look forward to. Now, number 2 is make sure you send them reminders. So number 2, write down reminders, right? Remind them, right? The reason why you want to remind them is why? Because people forget, okay? They can talk to, 5 people in a week and they forget what they scheduled a call for, and they need to be reminded that there's something coming up. And how you remind them, you can actually get a software. I use Calendly. You don't have to use Calendly. I'm not affiliated with them by any means. I've been using it for years, and it works wonders. It's $15 a month, and you can send them 3 or 4 emails and 3 text messages prior to the appointment, okay? That will ensure that they're reminded, for the most part, that the appointment is actually taking place. And if something does arise and they cannot show up to the appointment, at least if they're not a time waster, they will reply to the email and let you know, or give you a call even, right? To let you know that they're not going to be able to show up, right? Now that's number 2. And I would highly recommend that you use a software and you don't just rely on manpower. So once you've obviously used the automated way of reminding people that the appointment is actually taking place, at a certain time, at a certain date, then what you can do, number 3 for me, will be the human touch, which is somebody on your team will actually reach back out to them and let them know that the appointment is actually taking place, and to make sure they confirm the appointment. So usually we like to do that 24 hours in advance, okay? 24 hours in advance, you confirm the appointment, okay? It's not necessary. Most people actually don't do it. But if you have the manpower to ensure the appointment is actually happening, I would highly recommend you schedule a call. That call, by the way, if you're a one-man show, what I would do is I could even send them a video, a personalized video on my phone, shot like this, showing my face, and letting them know that, I'm looking forward to the appointment, obviously showing them that you're a real human being, and so they have nothing to worry about. So I will put down video, okay? You can send that through email, and it's very different when you actually do it. When you send out an email with a personalized video, who does that? Nobody does that, right? People are used to just hearing a pitch, and that's that. So when you come out the blue and you actually record a video of yourself, again, showing them that you're a real human being, they'll treat you a lot different too. So, and they'll be much more respectful of your time, which is obviously what we're trying to achieve here. So, again, video through email. And I just thought about something else actually. So, when you're scheduling somebody for an appointment, make sure that the time frame is super limited. Meaning, if you gave them a contact on a Monday, try to do it, Monday morning, try to have them, on the call by Monday evening. If they cannot make that, make sure it's the next day or maximum 2 days out. So I would put that as a bonus point. Number 4 is maximum 2 days out, okay? 2 days. Try not to have appointments that are like a week out or 2 weeks out or some crazy stuff like that, because if you do it, you're gonna have a lot more appointment cancellations. And you look at your calendar thinking, wow, I actually have a lot of appointments booked. But the truth is, a lot of things can actually happen, in someone's life in 1 to 2 weeks. So you wanna make sure that you minimize the time frame between the initial call and the appointment. So we like to do about maximum of 2 days out. You can do 3 to 4 days if that's an emergency and the homeowner literally lets you know that they're gonna be on the road or they're gonna be with their family, they're not gonna be by themselves and they're not gonna be available, for the next 2 to 3 days. That's the only time that you would make an exception to book them in for an appointment. Otherwise, try to rush them in as close as possible, as soon as possible to the initial call, and go for the appointment. And by the way, just so we're clear, it doesn't matter that you're doing in the home or you're selling over the phone, okay? Appointment cancellation is an appointment cancellation. Now, I understand that if you're on the road, if you have to hit the road and literally cost you an hour and a half to 2 hours there and 2 hours back, that's a significant amount of time that you've wasted out of your day for literally nothing, right? You're wasting gas, wasting time, right? And you're driving all alone by yourself, stuck in traffic, that sort of thing. So again, Doesn't matter how you're doing it. If you're doing in home or over the phone. One thing that you can actually do when you're selling over the phone is, if you have an appointment cancellations, what you can do is you can go back to your list and keep dialing. You can make sure that you're getting in touch with other people that are in your pipeline, and try and schedule more appointments as opposed to driving there and back. But that's something that I've talked about in my, in other videos on the channel. You can check them out. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, make sure you do, and give this video a massive thumbs up if you like the content. If you don't, obviously don't give me a like, but I would highly appreciate if you do so. It helps me boost up the channel and actually make it more easily discovered by other people who are searching for, how to succeed in solar. And also, if you want to know how to learn to sell over the phone, or how to transition from, let's say, kitchen table appointments to selling from a distance, make sure you download the Solar Sales Black Book, which is the first link in the description box, and let me know how you like it in the comments, right? And again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn your bell notification on so you get notified every time a new upload is up. I'll be staying consistent. I'll be trying to stay consistent. Monday and Thursday or Friday, a new solar video will be up regarding solar sales and solar marketing. Check out some of the other videos that I have on the channel. I highly recommend you do so. And again, let's go through some of the points that we made in this video. So the first thing to actually prevent, the first way to prevent the appointment cancellations is make sure you make it about them, okay? Don't just make it seem like it's gonna be the next solar pitch, okay? Make it about them, something big. You can say it's strategic energy audit, is something, that they're gonna learn on the, on the call or at the appointment. So make it about them. Number two is remind them. Use a software, right, with automated emails and text messages to remind them of the call, but make it look like it's not an automated machine, but an actual human being, getting in touch with them, right? That way, if they're not able to make the call and they consider it enough, they care about people's time, they can actually reply to that email and let you know the appointment cannot unfortunately take place because for whatever reason they have to go to the doctor's appointment or they have an emergency come up, okay? So that will prevent you from, wasting your time, being on the road and that sort of thing. So number three is you can actually have, this is the more personal approach. I recommend it. You don't have to do it. It's you literally going above and beyond to make sure that, you have less appointment cancellations. If you have the manpower to do so, I highly recommend you do. You either give them a call a 24-hour in advance of or a day in advance of the appointment, or you send them a video through email, a personalized video of you, letting them know that it's you taking the call or the appointment and you're a real human being, and just show that you really care about them. And again, it's not just gonna be the next solar pitch. And number four, which is my bonus point for this video, is make sure you don't schedule them in for an appointment more than 2 days out. Try to stick to that time frame, because the longer the time frame, the higher the chances of cancellation. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a massive thumbs up. That helps me boost the channel up so more people that are interested in these topics can actually find the channel and find this video. And if the word ever comes up in a Facebook group or in another setting, make sure you bring up the channel, let them know where you're getting that, hot information. And so until next time, stay well, and I'll see you again.